This video is all about NIO and NIO stock. I will make NIO's full overview as a company and as an investment opportunity. This is not a video about current price action, but a long-term action. I mean 2 to 5 years at least. This is the first video of a small series, so you make sure you like and subscribe early in this video to see what is coming soon. Quick disclaimer, this video is not a sponsored one. All ideas that you will see here are mine only. Fast key facts first. China government-backed company started the Europe expansion. 25 of all vehicles in China newly sold must be electric by 2025. NIO avoided bankruptcy, just like Tesla. NIO could be the next Tesla, and we all know what does that mean. 10x growth. Welcome to Fine Finance, my name is Alex and we're starting to talk about NIO today. First, business model. Quick history. NIO was founded in November 2014 by William Li. In October 2016, NIO announced that it had been given an autonomous vehicle testing permit. In September 2018, the company filed for a $1.8 billion IPO on New York Stock Exchange. In April 2020, having a difficult financial situation, NIO raised nearly $1 billion in new funding from a group of Chinese investors under the new entity NIO China. If I was to describe what company does in simple words, electric vehicles. And this definition is the easiest way for most to understand. The same way I could tell that Apple does phones, laptops and other hardware. You already feel like this is not what Apple is. The same way NIO is more than an electric vehicle manufacturer. At least this is the feeling I got when I was doing research about NIO. As you already understood, NIO is not a cheap Chinese car. All the marketing communication is based around certain lifestyle. Life is where you go, how you dress, the joy you feel. In other words, the way you dress is your lifestyle, the car you drive is your lifestyle. Building community around the brand NIO is what company seems to be doing. Why it is important? Just like Apple, customers only love to buy Apple products because Apple products is a lifestyle attribute now. We cannot say this about any other of Apple competitors. I hardly see Microsoft style. But enough about the style. Main products should be excellent. NIO's main products are electric vehicle cars. They have 3 production line cars today. EC6, the mid-size SUV. EC8, the full-size SUV with 7 seats. ES6, mid-size SUV. And here again, NIO positions itself as a sophisticated and high-tech mobile living space. Also, it has EP9 sport car. Among upcoming, you see finally sedan ET7. Production starts 2021. It has its own autopilot, NIO Pilot, which should, as a company claims, be a semi-autonomous technology that allows hands-free driving on urban highways and is an effort to combat Tesla's autopilot driver assist system. But also, NIO has an interactive cute AI dashboard virtual assistant. It understands when it rains and closes the window, put on your music, or just takes your selfie. It is something that Tesla does not have yet. So all the vehicles are SUVs. It is an interesting choice not to have a small electric vehicle, but I guess since it aims luxury segments, it is understandable. Okay, I'm already taking too long talking about the company. You might think that this is a promotional market video. It is not. Just if you really want to invest in a promising company, better to understand what it does. Sometimes it's even more critical for such an innovative company than to look at finances. Usually, such companies are not profitable. That is why you might have sold Tesla at around $40 a few years ago, if you didn't understand what it does. Manufacturing good electric vehicles is only one part of the problem. I suppose you all know by this time that all electric vehicles have much less maintenance than a traditional one. The biggest issues with an electric vehicle is the battery. The battery technology constantly evolves and becomes obsolete pretty fast nowadays. Imagine you buy a Tesla for $70,000 or $100,000, only to find that the next year a new battery will make your current car obsolete. Tesla batteries are not easily changeable, and in fact, during the last battery day in 2020, Elon Musk showed how it will be an integral part of the vehicle structure, for good or bad. So even if a company makes a lot of progress in a battery R&D, you cannot just say that in a few years your car will be completely obsolete, your battery, because this will kill current sales. People will just think, why should I even buy this battery, this car today, if I cannot change the battery tomorrow? So if customers know about obsolete products, nobody wants to buy them today. That already happened in the past to some computer corporations and led to bankruptcy. NIO solved this problem by introducing Battery as a Service, BaaS. In May 2018, NIO opened its first battery swap station. NIO plans to build over 1,100 power swap stations in China by the end of 2020 and will help in building the overall ecosystem of electric vehicles in China. William Li also says that a battery swap station can be assembled within a day. Back to BaaS, Battery as a Service. It is similar to what all of the software world is using today versus buying entirely 20 years ago. Subscription model has proven to be more efficient for both customers and companies. This means that buying a car, you do not own a battery. You buy a car without any battery in it. What you pay is for miles, cheap electrical miles. This means, theoretically again, that you will not need to change your car in the future because it is old or outdated. You always get the latest software updates, as well as the battery will never in need of replacement. I see this as selling a small part of the battery life to a customer every single day, instead of at once every 5 years for a big amount of money. This is a great approach for cash flow for both NIO and customers. This is the beauty for NIO customers, especially since NIO proposes charging service at home as an additional service. NIO also builds stations where you just replace your battery in 3 minutes automatically to a fully charged one. With all that beauty for customers and how much it removes entry barriers, I'm still skeptical how profitable that model could be. Since software as a service is one thing, but hardware is another. The fact that Tesla promised to be capable of recycling old batteries at 100% and building new batteries even cheaper out of those ones can explain that owning a battery is not a bad thing at the end and could work really pretty good for NIO. NIO has other services, but I am not going to cover those here. Let's look at the sales statistics, finally. 2018, 8,000 vehicles. 2019, 29,000 vehicles. 2020, well, here is the bit of a problem because, the world was kind of locked out. So anyway, this story in 2020, and so those numbers can be slightly different because plant was closed and because there was no sales. But anyway, still, if I'm talking about first 10 months in 2020, the sales are 26,000 vehicles in 2020. So total sales around 63,000 vehicles. Recently, NIO showed that it can produce 5,000 vehicles per month in the latest update, which is 60,000 a year if there is no change. Still, NIO has a long way to go to catch Tesla's production capacities, though. Just for comparison, Tesla sold in the last 3 years almost 1 million vehicles, which is almost 20 times more. NIO's ES8 with similar mileage to Tesla Model X cost only half price. With all that said, let's see what is the future growth. Favorite investors, ownership. It is important to know who owns the company. Finances. Let's do some analysis around strengths and weaknesses, as well as risks and opportunities later. What am I doing?